Alright people, welcome back to another video. Alright guys, so today I just want to show you guys the best settings that you can use for Warzone or Call of Duty. These graphic settings and all these settings I'm about to show you are a great fit for this game. Gives you maximum performance, best frame rate, best quality that you can get on the Asus ROG Ally. So let me just get into it real quick and I'll show you what you have to do to get your game up and running to get the best quality in Warzone. Alright, so first thing I want you guys to do, today I'm using a controller, Xbox controller. You don't have to, you can use an embedded controller that's on the system itself, but either one you're about to do, let me just show you exactly what you have to do. So on here, if you're using controller, you have to change embedded. You got to disable embedded controller, and sometimes you got to make sure this is on auto or desktop, depending on, and if it's not working, you got to make sure you check that. Make sure this is disabled if you're using a controller. If you're not using a controller and using the controller on the Asus, make sure this is enabled, and then this is on gamepad. That's how you get that to work. Some people have been having trouble and issues with that, asking why controller's not working. You got to make sure you do that before you do anything, guys. Alright, next thing I want you guys to do, go to Armoury crate, and then you want to go to operation mode, and then you want to go to GPU settings. You want to change your, let me move this out of the way, the VRAM, you want to be at least 4, 5, or 6 gig in between there. I don't think you need more than that. So in between 4, 5, or 6. 5 is the sweet spot for me. 5 should be good. We can go with either one. You don't want too little and you don't want too much, because you don't want to overpower the system with too much and then use up all your RAM. So 5 is good, should run the game as smooth as possible and everything. Alright, so next I want you guys to do no change, nothing like that. Everything is like the same default, came out the box. I'm just gonna go down so you can see exactly what I'm running, so that if you have any issues you could go back to this right here. So you want to mess with your sensitivity as well. If you want it faster, slower, however you want it. Let's go to graphics now. In graphics, I got display mode, full screen, borderless, display monitor, that's by default. Then I got display adapter, default again. Dynamic resolution, you can leave that off, you don't really need that. VSync is off, you could turn this VSync off as well. So the custom frame rate, right? I got it to 120 limiter. I mean, you can limit it to less than that if you want. Multiplayer in Warzone, you go up to 120 Hz, so that's good if you want to rock with that. Let me go down. You change the brightness and everything. So that's my display settings. Now let's apply that. Now let's go to quality. So my quality, my upscaling, I got FSR 1. You can rock with FSR 2, but then it kind of mess with your latency, and it also mess with your frame rate. So you get better frame rate with FSR 1, even though the quality is not as good as FSR 2. FSR 1 is still good as well. So that's what I'm rocking with. Anti-aliasing, I got that on low. Memory scaling, 85. Texture low. Texture filter low. Most everything is low. So distant level of details, I got it on high. So this helps you to see enemies, everything from a distance, look way better. The quality's higher, so you can get to see what you're looking at, and you can tell if it's an enemy or it's not an enemy. So that's basically what it's saying. So keep that on. Then culture draw distant, I got short. Particle quality, you could put it on low, so that's like for explosion and stuff like that. You can see in the picture, so any like bomb or grenade goes off, it shows you more details. You can leave it on low. And same thing right here, particle quality level low again. The bullet impact off, so that's basically like all the damage the bullet does on the building and stuff like that. You can leave that off. You don't really need that. I mean, you could leave it on, but then you just put more stress on your system. And the main goal for this is better quality and also great frame rate. So shutter quality, got the medium. Streaming quality, got the normal. And then I got shadow map resolution, very low. And screen space shadow off. Depth of field, I got the off. You could leave it on as well. It depends on your play style. If you want to get that depth, you can leave it on. Weapon motion blur, you could turn it off. You don't need that. That's just messing with your eyes. I don't like it. So I also got off for weapons and also for the regular games. Alright, so for field of view, I got mine at 120. You don't have to do that. You can put it at 100, or you can go with whatever you think is best for you. And yeah, so just go try all the different like settings, and you can see which one is better for you, which one you like better. So but mine is on 120. I like to see everything, man. Weapon field of view, we got it on default. You can also mess with it as well. You can make it wide or narrow. It's up to you. Wide makes you see a little bit more in your area. Third person, if you're not playing third person, you don't gotta mess with this. Vehicle field of view, if you're not really in vehicles, so not a lot. All depends on your playstyle. If you want to mess with that, you can mess with that as well. Narrow, default, or wide. And then the camera stuff, you can also mess with that, but it's not really impacting your gameplay style, right? Yeah, so that's basically the settings. I got it on 1080p, so I'm gonna show you guys the difference between 1080p and 720. So let's rock with 1080p for now, and then we can see like the frame rate and everything. So let me just go into a gameplay real quick. Alright, so here we go, guys. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of gameplay on 1080p and on 720. See right now, getting 70 frames per second, 74. Go over here where they're marked. 67. And it's on 1080p. So if you put it down a little bit better, if you put it down to 720, frame rate will be a lot higher, guys. And the game is kind of far from me. See? Be up top. So you can't even see him from here because the game, the Asus ROG Ally is kind of far from my face, man. Because I'm recording while I'm trying to play. How do you get upstairs again? I don't remember how to get upstairs, man. Wow. Get up. It's behind you, bro. It's behind you. Alright, so this is 720p, same settings, manual mode, 30 watts. Guys, show you guys, frame rate is at 80, so you get a little bit more. Yeah, so 76 frame rate, good. I'm not even gonna get into the game because you guys is actually seeing gameplay right now, shooting and moving around, so that's good. So yeah, guys, so this right here, settings you guys should use if you want to get best frame rate, best quality. You can also change the quality from balanced to quality if you want better or a little bit more, but this right here should be good for you guys. So use this, let me know what you think, drop a comment down below, hit that like button, and remember to always say, guys, health is wealth, peace and love. I'm out. Thanks for tuning in.